UFC 258 Usman vs. Burns took place Saturday of February 13th at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. In the main event, you have former teammates ready to collide when champion Kamaru Usman looks to continue his dominance in the welterweight division by ending the momentum of Gilbert Burns. Let's talk Usman vs. Burns. Gilbert Durinho Burns is the number 2 ranked welterweight contender. He is 19-3, fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, by the way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and seeks to deliver his most remarkable performance yet and begin his reign as champion. Burns is a heavy-handed, highly decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and 4-0 since returning to the welterweight division, and has turned into a well-balanced fighter over the years and on an impressive win streak. But on the other side of the cage, you have Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman. He is the UFC welterweight champion and the number 5 ranked men's pound-for-pound fighter. He is 17-1, fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, by the way of Nigeria, and attempts to stamp his name on the record books and remain undefeated in the UFC by taking out one of the most dangerous challengers yet. Usman, the 3-time NCAA All-American Division II wrestler, is currently on a 16-fight win streak coming into this fight and has not lost since May of 2013. Usman is a powerful wrestler that uses his strikes to close the gaps on his opponents and take them down to the ground to work for his smothering finishes. But as of late, he has really developed his striking game, and I can't wait. And here's how it went down. The bell rang and Burns came out guns a-blazing, and very early on had Usman hurt with a big right hand. Burns was doing a good job early in the fight, walking Usman down and keeping control, and keeping the fight in the center of the octagon, not letting Usman press him against the cage where he's so dangerous, and Burns seemed to have the power advantage early. But the real story of the night was Usman's corner asking him for that laser jab he possesses, and he was finding the chin of Burns. Usman in the second landed a big right hand that wobbled Burns. You could see that he was hurt, and you could feel the heavy momentum shift. Round 3 started, and Burns was looking to go back out on the attack and pressure Usman, but Usman landed a quick punch that sat Burns to the canvas again, followed by some nice ground and pound shots by Usman until Herb Dean stepped in to stop the fight. Kamaru Usman defeats Gilbert Burns via TKO to retain the welterweight title and earns a $50,000 performance of the night bonus. Alright, here's my final thoughts. I want to start off by saying you really have to appreciate 2 gladiators in their prime facing off. Some organizations you never see the competition in the prime face off. So many storylines and so much anticipation leading up to this fight, and there were so many questions that needed to be answered about both former training partners. With such familiarity and eagerness for Burns wanting to take the fight so badly with Usman, you had to ask yourself if he felt like he got the best of Usman in the training over the years. Usman was surprisingly quiet leading up to this fight, maybe out of just respect, or maybe he was just quietly ready to go to war. Well, we got our answer. Usman showed he was the better fighter after being badly hurt in the first round and showing incredible composure coming back to secure the win. Champions win, that's bottom line, and tonight Usman showed that he was the better fighter. Quick shout out to both fighters who were friends leading up to this fight and showed you can compete without trash talking, and both showed pure class. Burns is still a young talent. He will continue to mature, and he will be a problem for most of the welterweight division, but tonight still goes to Kamaru Usman. Alright, here's some quick stats on Usman. Kamaru Usman is now 18-1. He is the UFC welterweight champion. He is on a 17-fight win streak. He is the number 5 ranked men's pound-for-pound fighter. He has 8 wins by KO, 1 via submission. Tonight he broke George St. Pierre's record for the longest UFC welterweight win streak at 13. He now holds wins over Jorge Masvidal, Colby Covington, Tyron Woodley, and now Gilbert Burns. Okay, what's next for Usman? The welterweight division is full of killers, with the number 2 ranked Covington as a possible rematch. The number 3 ranked Leon Edwards is lurking, with Khamzat Chimaev pulling out of their upcoming bout, and Masvidal in the mix as well. The welterweight division has a lot of different scenarios. You have the number 1 Gilbert Burns, who was defeated tonight. You have the number 2 ranked Covington. He has won an impressive 8 out of 9 fights, with the only loss to Usman in 2019, and looked as good as ever with his destruction of Tyron Woodley in 2020. You have the number 3 ranked Leon Edwards. Well, with Khamzat Chimaev upcoming bout scrap, the UFC is looking for a replacement with Edwards. Edwards is on a current 8-fight win streak and looking to make that 9. There are a lot of variables here, with possible talks of Covington stepping in late notice to face off against Edwards. So there are a lot of moving parts here, and things could change quickly. During the post-fight interview, Usman called out the number 4 ranked Jorge Masvidal, and Usman said he was running his mouth and Masvidal should come in with a full training camp, so there was no excuses. This could be interesting.
The only reason he took that fight on Fight Island is because it was a built-in excuse. He was training the whole time. But he said, oh, I only had 6 days notice, so that's why that went that way. Well, guess what? I'll give you a whole training camp, and this time I will stop him. I promise you. That's why I was disappointed in myself that last fight, because I know I could stop him. But with all the circumstances that took place, I just went out there and dominated him from start to finish. So this time I will stop him if he wants to step up, but I guarantee you he doesn't want to. He's going to be quiet.
I would say Usman will probably be facing Colby next, or a rematch with Masvidal with a full training camp. I believe we see Covington versus Usman too, who are former training partners and best friends gone bad, so the storyline is already written, and it would be a mega fight with bad blood. There are a few different fights that make sense. Guys, let me know your thoughts on what you thought of Usman's performance tonight and who you think he should fight next. We'd love to see your comments. Just want to give a big shout out to all of our loyal fans. We appreciate the support. Don't forget to smash that like button. This is Jay Catton with MMA Weekly's The Lowdown Breakdown. See you next time.